Hello guys, this is Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Today, the video is going to be pretty quick. It's just a follow-up from the frying pan video, and just kind of showing you guys the results of using the frying pan. I mean, as far as the circles, are concerned. So I cut this circle out and this circle using this frying pan, and then I use another pipe to lay on and cut the inner circles out. And I talked about this piece, I think it was maybe 2 videos ago, when I said I was going to be making or helping my son make his piece 2 sons. So I had in my mind we were going to make 2, and then it went from 2 to 3, and then after we got rolling pretty good, we did 4. So we built 4 of these. It's just it's pretty heavy. Now with this, we'll sit on a pipe coming off the ground. There'll be a base where people will put this into their garden, front yard, or wherever they relax outside, or it can go indoors, either way. But once we get it welded to the pipe and the base, we'll put our chemical on it and give it the rust patina. Just really kind of makes it pop. And this color looks pretty good too, so we might do one and just clear coat it with some Everclear from Sculpt Nouveau, and just leave it like this, or maybe do the lower portion, the pipe and the base, and the with the rust patina, and let this just stay like it is. But it won't be this piece. It'll be another piece, because this is the piece that I did the video. I think it may have been the last video. It may have been, or maybe a video or whatever before that, when I was welding a piece on. I'll put a thumbnail up of the video. It was just a couple videos ago, I think. One or the other, but you'll see it. But this piece wasn't on here. This side was on, but I didn't have enough metal to just make this one piece. So what I did was I took cardboard, laid this piece on top of another piece that's similar, traced it, put the cardboard on here, make sure it matched up, took the cardboard, laid it on top of some flat sheet, I think it was 316, and then just took the plasma cutter, cut it out, grinded it down a little bit, smoothed it up, put it on here. Of course, it clamped it all down to the table, the fixture table, and I just TIG welded it on. But that video goes into detail of how I did that. And so now when you look at it, after it gets a patina on it, you won't see any difference. Because right now all you can see is just a little bit shiny in here. But there's no dips, no high spots. It just feels like it's this side feels like this side. There's no difference. So with the eyeball and even with the hand, you can see and you can't feel any difference at all. And the way I did that was when I put this top piece on to the rest of it, I clamped it all down, made sure it was completely level. And then when I ran my TIG welds, I did, of course, the root pass, the cover pass, and I put another pass on top of that cover pass just to get it up. And then I took my my grinders, took a flat disc, knocked that crown off, and then I took a flap disc. I think it was 80 grit, and knocked it down to this level on both sides. Went like sideways with the grinder, then I went up and down just to cancel everything out. And it turned out nicely. I guess as close to perfect as you can get, because by looking at it, I can't tell that this piece was added on. And that video will help you guys. I did that video, and I did another video. There's a thumbnail in the video, and I was doing this one. I think it's called metal patch surgery or something to that effect, where I was showing you guys how if you don't have enough metal to make something, you can get some other scrap metal and just put it there and weld it together, grind it down, and then you'll have enough, as opposed to having to go back out to your supply house and buy another, sheet of metal or whatever to make the piece you have. So oftentimes when we use metal, if we have some leftover, we'll keep it, because we can always go back and splice, some pieces in on something that we're making. It saves you money, and it can also save you, time with having to run to some metal store, and especially if they're closed. You're working one evening, and you gotta get a piece done, and the supply house is closed. What do? You gotta get the piece done. So now you go and just find a piece of metal, make sure it's the same thickness, the same material type, and start splicing, start cutting it out, tracing it, cutting it out, grinding it down, welding it up, grinding it out, and just blending it. Yours might not look as good as mine. It might look better. I don't know. But what you want to do is get that piece done so you can get it to the customer or to the show or whatever you're trying to do. So that's really what this video and that I think it was metal patch surgery or something like that was about. Is if you're in a bind, you will know how to do something like this, because you will have practiced doing it. And so when an emergency comes, you'll be ready to go. But in my case, oftentimes I don't have an emergency. I just don't feel like spending more money on metal just to, get some little small piece or something like that. I remember when I was making this sculpture, Heart of Man, on one of the little wings going up, I didn't have enough metal on that one of the outer walls. So I either would have to wait it to the next day, or just go ahead and just splice a piece in. So I spliced a piece in, grinded it down, put it on, and you would never know that there was a piece, added to that outer piece there. So it's just a good skill to have, guys. And again, I cut these circles out with this frying pan. I mean, it's just a simple frying pan. And I welded this. It's actually a nut with a big loop on it from. I showed in the last video. It's from my table clamps. It's from one of these table clamps that didn't have this on the bottom before, because this right here would just fit right into my fixture table and it's ready to go. But before I put this outer sleeve on, underneath this outer sleeve it has threads, and that nut would thread onto to those threads from under the table or from under your. It's actually for a clamp. It's a clamp vise. You put it onto your clamp vise, put the nut under there, and tighten it down to hold your pieces as you're drilling through with your drill press. It's a drill press vise. So I just took that ring off, which makes it easier for me to lay it on the metal and hold it down. This had of course, the frying pan handle on it. Took that off and just welded this guy on there. Makes it a whole lot easier to handle. So you can get, of course, you can get frying pans in all different sizes. 6-inch, probably 4-inch, 5, 10, 12, 14, whatever. So as opposed to having to go out, and buy a Miller circle cutter or making, some long extension or whatever you're going to do for circles, you can just get frying pans. If you're going to go really big, then you'll make a make your own extension. I talked about that in the frying pan video. I think it's called a frying pan circle cutter with a question mark. In that video, I talk about the frying pan, the pipe. I made a circle cutter, and then I bought a Miller, the premium circle cutter kit. I bought that. But if you want to spend that kind of money, get frying pans, a pipe, a brake rotor. You know, you can get those in different sizes from a junkyard. Take your plasma cutter and just cut right around it. You'll come out with circles like this. And with this circle, with these, it didn't take much grinding. The only grinding that I had to really do was just knock off, you know, the slag. And there was a couple little low spots here and there. I would just kind of knock that down and blend it all in. I mean, it worked out, you know, nicely. And then these pieces, I free-handed these. There's two on the front side, two on the back. So, but the circle cutter, the pot, is the thing that got me going quickly, because I didn't have to keep setting up my Miller circle cutter and hoping it would stay in the pilot hole with a little point as I'm going around. This just made it really quick and easy. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you the finished product. And it came from using a pan. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I'm not sure what I'll be doing on the next one. I'm going to have to really get started on making reaching, but I'm not sure how much of that I'll be able to film. It just depends on, you know, how things are flowing and that. So I hope to see you guys on the next one. And whatever I do, I hope I'll be able to share something good with you guys that you know, can pick up a few tips or just ignite some creativity or something like that. But guys, that's going to do it for this one. And as usual, peace out.